That brings me to my next topic in your 20s is learn how money actually works. That is so important because I feel like nowadays people are trying to always, you know, have different opinions about money. And you see a lot of different things, whether in your family or through friends. A lot of people are struggling financially. I won't lie. A lot of people are struggling. It's not a good look right now, just based off our economy, the things going on. It's definitely hard. And so in your 20s, it's so important to learn how money actually works because a lot of people, especially like people who aren't Christians, are looking at things in a worldly way. People tend to have this like selfish view of money, it's all yours and like you need to be so hustle grind and you need to be a millionaire and you need to make a business and you need to work for yourself. Don't work for people. Like a lot of people are on this wave now. And do I think we should have business owners? I definitely do. But I don't think everybody is meant to be a business owner. I don't think everybody's meant to handle that. And I don't think that everybody, like, that's God's purpose for everybody to be one. And some people who are outside of the Christian perspective might be like, no, like, everybody can do it, anybody. I'm not really here to give that perspective personally. I think there's some people who are meant for it and can do it, and I think there's some who just aren't. And that's just my opinion. And I think the sooner you get out of that and figure out your right path, the better it'll be for you. Because granted, like I don't think money's everything, but I think you could still be successful in the right way as a Christian. And does that mean you have a lot of money all the time? It might not, but you might be really successful and happy in other ways. You know what I mean? Like I know people who don't make any money and they're the happiest people alive. And there's people who make a lot of money and they look miserable. You're like, what's going on here? And so the Bible talks about that too, about being rich and having things and still not being happy. Check out Ecclesiastes. You'll see what I'm talking about. But learn how money works. It's important. Learn about saving. Learn about having a budget. Learn about credit. Learn about spending less than you make. Learn about income. Learn about taxes. Learn about debt. Learn about loans. Learn about everything financially. Learn how the money system works. And then two, don't have a ultimate love for money. Don't do things immorally for money. The Bible talks about that in First Timothy. Literally, people do things for the love of money. I've seen people do crazy things for money, things outlandish. I remember one time I was talking to a younger person and they asked me would I get like a piercing, a certain piercing for $1 million.